What's the stupidest thing you ever seen a religious person call satanic? So my mom's friend is a bit overweight and likes to go to church a lot. She enjoys wearing the color black because it's slimming. Her pastor told her that wearing black all the time was of the devil. Lol. Deviled eggs. I cringe every time a family calls them angel eggs. Pokemon, and the Magic School Bus. Dungeons and Dragons. The Welsh flag. Going to a different church. Not like a different kind of church, for example Catholic, Evangelic. I mean the same kind of building, just 2 blocks away from their own. Long hair. They had a very convoluted explanation of why it was okay for Jesus but not 80s me, but I can't remember it. When I was younger and I'd wear shirts with skulls on them, my mom would say that it was satanic. My reply was, "You have a skull in your head. Is your head satanic?" I had a co-worker who switched vets because one of the employees had a zombie sticker on their car. She didn't trust Satan worshippers with taking care of her dog. She's also the person who informed me gay marriage had been legalized. I came into work and heard her crying loudly, so I figured her dog must have died and went in her office to try to console her. I asked her what was wrong and she blurted out, "They legalized gay marriage, God is going to send hurricanes and wildfires to cleanse our country." I said, "Oh," and walked out. The saddest thing is she probably thinks she's right with all the hurricanes and wildfires, considering she didn't believe in climate change. Jazz. Boys having long hair. The man's hair barely reached his neck. The funniest part is the fact that Christ himself is always portrayed as having hair that reaches a bit below his shoulders. In my country a few years back this big church-run TV channel did an over-the-top news segment saying Yu-Gi-Oh cards were the devil's deck of cards, and had Christian families going nuts about it. It's a tie between black or dark nail polish, Pokemon and tattoos. Owen Bosch's work, but that kinda makes sense. If I remember correctly, the leader of the Free Presbyterian Church called line dancing satanic. Harry Potter movies and Halloween. Doom. I realize this was at the height of video games paranoia, but like. It's a game where you do nothing other than brutalize demons. Possibly the most righteously holy game ever made, so much so I'm surprised it doesn't have a Temple OS port. Grew up during the satanic panic of the 80s. So pretty much everything, thankfully not by my parents. I had a cool silver skull ring and my old boss said it was from Satan, whatever the fuck that means. Quoting the Bible. In a conversation with an evangelically religious Christian, he said that my ability to quote the Bible so well to make false flaws appear was a satanic gift. Not gonna lie. I was flattered a little. Women wearing pants. I went to the gas station the other day in a rush to grab a refreshment. I had on a Misfits shirt. I went in respectfully and when I got to the cashier, she glared at me. Then she proceeded to call me an ugly demon and that I was going to hell for wearing that shirt. It really fucked with my day. Edit. Thank you fellow fiends with all the love and support. Fuck that old hag. Mommy, can I go out and kill tonight? Hello Kitty. The creator of her apparently made a pact with Satan to save his daughter or something. I think it's some creepy pasta, but one Polish priest really said that Hello Kitty is Satanist. I remember one time I was walking around somewhere and some randomly lady who was acting seemingly normal, suddenly started screaming as soon as she saw me and my brother. She started acting erratic and shouting that me and my brother were the Antichrist. And that has to be the stupidest one. The DreamWorks film Home. I was a maternity case manager who visited patients in their homes. I arrived at a house to visit a pregnant teenager and her mother. On the porch was a large concrete winged gargoyle statue. I knocked, was greeted and invited in. I mentioned to the mother that I liked the statue. She flipped from cordial and welcoming to raving lunatic ranting about the statue being demonic, possession, that sort of thing. Completely lost her crap. She was terrified of it. She told me to take the statue if I wanted it. I did just that. Meatloaf, the artist. Smurfs. I grew up in the Gulf Coast of the US. When I was in elementary school in the mid-90s, my teacher had just got back from her holiday in the UK and brought a brand new book that was all the rage over there. It was of course Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Sorcerer's Stone. Our teacher got probably halfway through before being forced to stop by the school and overbearing parents once the word got out for teaching witchcraft, calling the books satanic. Ridiculous. I will say that this nonsense with witchcraft and public schools finally stopped around when the first film came out. Heavy metal. My friend wore a local band shirt that had the font of a death metal band. The kicker here is that said local band is a folk band. So they essentially got offended and angry at a band that sings about being one with the nature. One of my middle school teachers told us it was a sin to be bored because you were telling God you weren't happy with your life. I told my parents later that day and they were furious, just added to the list of reasons why they'd be pulling me out of private school soon after. Crystals and yoga. Pokemon is Japanese and literally translates to the little demon I keep in my pocket. Even my 10-year-old, stuck in a Pentecostal church Ha's brain instantly recognized that as bullshit. Don't laugh, B-U. B-U-T-T-E-R. Washing machine. Apparently if you watched the swirling motion for too long, you would get hypnotized and the devil could enter your head. So be warned. In 2015 there was a fire in a nightclub, which killed 64 people, and the church came on TV and said that those people who died deserved it, because they were there for a rock concert, therefore were Satanist. On 13 June 1233, Pope Gregory IX issued a papal bull called Vox in Rama that linked cats to Satanism and witchcraft. Throughout most of the medieval period, cats had a horrendous time and were tortured and culled in huge numbers. Many scholars believe it was because of depleted cat numbers that the Black Death, carried by rats from the east, was able to gain a foothold in Europe. I have you all beat. The Chronicles of Narnia. The dragons in Overwatch. I do pre-on research. Apparently this makes me in league with the devil. It's funny until someone is threatening to shoot up your workplace because of it. Lord of the Rings, like come the fuck on it, is literally written by a religious man. When I was in elementary studying in a Christian school, they were calling Lady Gaga satanic because of her aesthetic and her song, Judas. Tampons. I once saw that they were referred to as Satan's cotton fingers. Seriously. When I was 6 I had a fever one night, and my mom told me Satan is attacking me. I've been speechless ever since. The public school I go to that is insanely close to a Christian school. Grandma got mad at me for running around the neighborhood catching cartoon demons, and keeping them locked up on my phone. That, medication diagnosed and treated-ish, schizophrenia could be demonic possession. Oh, and He-Man. My brother-in-law said he didn't want his kids going out for Halloween. Why? Because it's devil worshipping, he says. Pinched fingers. COVID vaccine. Tough call between vaccines, LGBT plus rights, Finland. I think I saw someone do that on a Reddit post. I don't remember for sure. And Jews.